Well, national figures show 4th of July is likely the most dangerous time of the year. On average, there are more than 45,000 visits to emergency departments, ranging from burn injuries, dehydration to heat strokes. So how do you avoid being one of the statistics? News 8's Ann Nyberg has some answers for us.
Joining me today is Dr. Shay Gregg with Hartford Healthcare, St. Vincent's Medical Center, and chair of the Connecticut State Trauma Committee. Welcome.
Thank you for having me here today, Ann. Thank you.
You bet. All right, Dr. Gregg, what can we do to avoid the emergency room this holiday weekend?
Sure. So we have to ask ourselves, what are the most common things we see in the emergency department, especially when it comes to trauma? And the three most common things: falls, motor vehicle crashes, and burn-related injuries. And it's actually pretty straightforward on how we can avoid some of these things. For falls, we stay hydrated, we stay in the shade. For burns, we avoid accelerants. That's the thing that can really be a problem, is not just seeing the fireworks, but the dazzle of them. And for motor vehicle crashes, we basically have to avoid drinking and driving and taking additional substances and driving. Use those app-related things or friends as rides home.
I'm going to guess that traumatic injuries really ramp up over this weekend. What's the treatment process in the ED? You really gear up?
We do, actually. So there's not only additional staff that's always available, but we also have to come at this from the standpoint of trauma centers. And there are several trauma centers within the state of Connecticut. And unfortunately, St. Vincent's Medical Center was just verified as a level 2 trauma center, and we have recertified at this point. And the treatment starts at the door and is carried out through into the ICU or the operating room. And our major goal with our focus of our resources is to get people back to life. And fortunately, trauma centers have these resources that have this shared focus.
A lot of folks will say, oh, let me just go to urgent care. I don't want to sit and wait in a bigger hospital. But when should you do that? When should you head to the emergency department at a big hospital?
Sure. If you have the ability to ask yourself that question and you can do basic first aid to control and solve the problem, then urgent care might be an option for you. However, if that pain is so severe or there was a significant mechanism, falling downstairs, motor vehicle crashes, or an explosion for a burn, then the emergency department is the correct place for you. So if you can think about it, then urgent care might be an option, but if it's something that it just is so severe, the emergency department is the right way to go.
And finally, the statewide campaign, Not One More, aims at reducing impaired driving. What's the focus this year?
Sure. The focus this year is what really our focus, what we have been doing since the start of the campaign, which is telling stories. And it's telling the stories of the realities of when you mix substance abuse or substance use, whether it's alcohol or drugs, with driving, then we simply ask the question, would you consider not taking that one more drink, that one more bit of substance that could ultimately impair your driving? And we tell it from the standpoint of the caregivers when you present to the emergency department. So our message continues to be just not one more.
All right, thank you so much. Dr. Shay Gregg, have a great weekend.